This is Laura, aka the Sound Sommelier, here with the one and only General Steele. Steele, what's your earliest memory of hip hop?
Oh man, my earliest memory of hip hop was I guess my dad playing the world famous Supreme Team show. It's world famous Supreme Team show, Supreme Team show. That was his hip hop. So,
How old were
yeah.
you?
Oh man, I was a little bean. I was like probably like 5, 6, somewhere around that,
Nice.
something like that.
What music do you recall playing in your home when you were younger?
Um, my dad used to play a lot of soul music, a lot of jazz,
Hmm.
some funk music, um, and that's my younger years.
Nice. Did you have friends and family who were supportive of your talent from the beginning?
Nah,
Anyone
they was all
not take you
hating they was
seriously?
all hating on me, yo,
They
all
didn't
of
take you
them.
seriously?
They ain't believe in me. Nah, I'm lying. Like they all, my family supported me.
Nice.
Um, yeah, I was grateful for that. We all was in a certain space, so it was like, for one of us to kind of have an idea, like we just wanted to see how it worked.
Right.
And yeah, it was in support. That's a fact.
Nice. Were you ever into breaking or graffiti, or was it always about music?
I was into all of that stuff. I was,
Mhm.
I was dancing. I wasn't good at it though. Um, I sucked at that. Um, I did some graffiti. You know, big up to my man J Lo. And it's a lot of artists that I hopped the trains with and got behind and went to the underground stuff. I was alright. I couldn't mess with those cats. And there's a lot of salute to all the street artists and the dancers. Like I dabble, of course.
Had to try.
Yeah.
Were you a writer in school? When did you start writing rhymes?
Mm, I don't know. I think that I was always a writer.
Hmm.
Um, I think when I began really writing rhymes is when I started listening to hip hop. That's probably like in the '80s,
Hmm.
mostly, and just seeing the bursts, seeing how it was like, it was like just coming into like another light for people
Hmm.
like us. It's like just tapped into that. Peace to the God, peace beat ministry, peace. You know,
Nice. Where and when did you and Tech link up?
we met in high school. So we like 15, 16,
Hmm.
turned, um, yeah, we met in high school in graphic arts, aka printing, aka Cybertron, GCA.
Nice. And then did it just kind of happen organically that you're like, we should do something with our talents? Or
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it happened organically. Um, we was we was kids coming of age,
hmm.
and like we was just watching things happen in front of us, and we just happened to be these guys who just found ourselves sitting next to each other all the time. And
Nice.
I mean, I'm a shy guy. Like Tech was quiet, but we all had our versions. But I mean, when it came to the music part, then we just start building upon that,
Right.
and just getting into that a little bit more.
Nice. How did you guys end up on Black Moon's debut record? Were you all friends at the time?
I met Buckshot's sister in night school, um, and she introduced me to him, and we sparked a relationship. Kept a friendships, and when they sparked off their album um, into the stage,
Hmm.
we was on deck. We was on deck for that. So it's like, yeah, our relationship grew, and it's still growing to this day.
Nice. What was it like in Brooklyn when you and Tech first came on the scene in the early 90s?
Brooklyn was lit. Brooklyn was dangerous as fuck. But it was, it was a nice vibe. Like people was, it was for us, because we always show love to the hood. Shout out to all the hoods, all the Brooklyn hoods. You know what I'm saying? Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, Crown Heights, Brooklyn, East New York, Brooklyn, Flatbush, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Brownsville, Brooklyn. You um, Fort Greene. It's Canarsie. Can't forget. You can't forget none of the hoods, man. It's like for us, it's always about showing love to the community, because that's where we came from.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime we can do stuff like that in any form of fashion, that's what we're about. And I think that's what the thing that keep us alive to this day. You know what I mean?
From where do you draw inspiration, and has it changed over the years?
Inspiration comes from within. You know, it comes from the trials and tribulations. It comes from the experience. And it comes from having conversations with those who you probably never thought you would have conversations with. It comes from seeing things. It comes from seeing pain. It comes from seeing
Right.
George Floyd get murdered by the police. It comes from seeing Breonna Taylor get murdered by the police. It comes from seeing us struggling. It comes from seeing us getting money. It comes from seeing us trying to figure it out in this wilderness of North America. Especially now, because we all came from something. Like when you think about hip hop in this entire essence, it came from individuals who wanted to make a better way of life for themselves,
Right.
dealing with what they had, and in doing that, they sparked a fire that will forever be lit, forever be lit. Salute all the pioneers. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm. Nice. Who would you name as early influences on your style?
oh man, Rakim, um, Kane, Tretch, LL, um, KRS, Chuck D, um, Kumo D. I mean, all
All
these
the greats.
cats. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, all these cats influence my style. Too numerous to mention, really, when you think
I
about it.
get it.
You know what I'm saying?
How did the boot camp clique come together?
Um, the boot camp click. Boot camp is the descendants of the Decepticons. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
don't know that, but we came from DSEP. We came from learning what it was to grow up in these streets, grow up in these Brooklyn streets, and utilize what's available to you to make it happen. Um, Tech and I went to school together. Top Dog, that's my little bro. That's 1/3 of OGC.
Right.
Rockman's Monster, he lived across the street from me. We all from Cephalo Projects. He lived across the street in 365 on the Island. We call that the Island. It's Rockman's Island, then it's the Island. You know what I mean? That's a Rockman's Monster is from the Island, Alcatraz. Louisville lived in the same building as him. That's another one. That's the other third of OGC.
Mm-hmm.
Strang One. He lived in the back of the P's like right across the street on Picking and Christopher. Sean Price lived up the block in Brownsville, P. So we was all in the vicinity of what
Nice.
was going on. And,
Mm-hmm.
again, like I said, I stated before, like I met, Buckshot through his sister,
Right.
Tracy. So like we just, link on sync, connection, connect. I see it.
Nice. So it's been 25 years since The Shining dropped, but it's still talked about as one of the best rap albums of all time. Why do you
hmm
think it's still so relevant?
Um, well, I think, you know, Tim Dwyer, Bay Area, salute, Wagwan. Salute, Venezuela on deck. I think when we came out with that particular project, I think we was connecting with a lot of people, like organically. We wasn't bragging about what we had or, just like we was different than people. We was talking about real things, real, struggles. Now everything wasn't about a lot of people get real intertwined with genres and stuff like
Right.
that. So it's difficult to kind of put like boot camp in a genre, unless you just go it's a backpack rap or something like that. But other than that, it's mad stuff in the backpack. When Kanye came out with the backpack, like with the Louis Vuitton backpack, like what's that?
Right.
That's the backpack rap. Anyway, I digress. But I'm just saying, I think the people keep us alive. I think we connect, and they connect with us, and I guess they appreciate the realness that we attempt to express through our music, and the fact that we communicate with people like an individual like Sean Price, rest in peace. Like he's an individual that touched bases and he rap about stuff that people was like, it's almost like taboo. You're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to say I'm broke, son. You're not supposed to say that, son. You're supposed to act like you got mad money, son. Like, nah, I'm the brokest rapper Like, that was like his best album when he was able to be honest, So I think the people appreciate the honesty, and as long as we can have these real conversations with the people in the communities that we walk through and have respect and show respect for them, then they'll hold us up,
How soon after your album dropped did you receive the cease and desist letter from Smith and Wesson?
Too soon. This too soon. Too soon. Is this a family show? Can I smoke this?
You can do whatever you want.
Let him listen.
It's after 10.
Fire. Salute to everybody on the room right now. So you said how soon before DJ O? What up, baby? That was too soon. Peace of the God, Unique, Pretty Boy. It was like, man, we came out in what, 9-5? We dropped our joint in 9-5, and like as soon as we turned the corner in 9-6, they was on us.
I'll never understand that.
They was on us. We was like, yo, the album was doing good. We was making some noise, and we was like, you know what? Honestly, we want some more bread. We think we need to negotiate. You know what I mean? That's where we was at. So it was like, yo, we tried to do that, and at that time it was like, yo, boom. While we try to renegotiate, they hit us with the bond. So it was like, oh snap. So we knew our foundation was kind of, crumbling under us. So we had to bust a move. You know what I mean? We didn't want to be pinned down. We knew the most important thing was to be able to make music, But yeah, they had to. We had to face the music. We ain't had that people that could fight for us like that.
Right.
We had a couple of council members that was like, yo, nah, F that, man, nah, man, they, marketing this, marketing that, da da da. But we's young bucks coming to the game, and just like we didn't really know what time it was. So it's like it's best for us to kind of like bow out gracefully for now and be able to, come back when we prepped up.
Did all your fans follow when you changed your name to Coco Brothers in 1996, or did that have an adverse effect on the two of you?
I mean, it was a double-edged sword when we did that, because a lot of people, we gained some new fans that never heard of Smith and Wesson before, which was great. And then some of the fans was kind of like, what is that? They're looking for Smith and Wesson and they can't find it. Like I used, when you have store, I used to hate going to the record stores and I got music in this S section, Smith and Wesson section, and I got music in the C section, the C section, Cocoa Brothers section. It's like, all right, I'm all over the place. You know, you always, as an artist, you always want your music to be there,
Right.
so people can, you know, they can follow the scriptures. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it hurt us a little bit. It did hurt us a little bit with the commotion, the promotion, but we stood firm with that, and the team was still there. It's good that we still had duck down the whole ride. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right. So your second album, The Rude Awakening, dropped the year after Boot Camp Click's debut album, For the People. Were you writing and recording both concurrently?
That's a great question. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Maybe
remember.
you were because you were so busy.
Yeah, I don't. I think we was having a lot of fun too. You know, because it was like I think we was happy that we was able to record,
Right.
and it probably wasn't like such a, you know, a thought on the brain,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like, yo, I think I don't know. This is from my vantage point. It
Mm-hmm.
was just a good feeling to be with your family, and everybody had their deals. Everybody
Right.
had a deal. You know what I'm saying? We all came from the hood, so
Mm-hmm.
everybody had a deal. You know what I mean? So it was like, yo, party time. Like I think we kind of probably just lost it a little bit. You know what I mean? So and doing like, you know, the rude awakening,
Mm-hmm.
it was like we had super control. You know, big up the Drew High. We had super control. Big up the Buckshot, and we made a lot of connections doing that album. So that was a great learning experience for us, for me and Tech.
Perfect. Mm-hmm. When did you decide to resume recording as Smith and Wesson?
Um, after we did, like we had our little section where we had G Rich, salute, respect, salute. After we did a joint with Ruckus, you know, we was
Mm-hmm.
rocking with them because we was about to sign to
Right.
Ruckus and do some things, and they had, you know, it didn't work. You know, Drew and Buck started going, yo, we need to just do our own thing,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and they like, yo, we got enough, you know, arm stretched, and they just got, you know, they just gripped up and say, yo, we just gonna do the label thing. And me personally, I was like, all right, we need to start just saying Smith and Wesson. We just need to start saying it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, we can't say it just yet. We still ain't have our power up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
These guys got lawyers out the yazoo. So it's like, you know, when you come into that marketing game, that's real. That's a lot of things. It's a lot of aspects about the hip hop, you know, being a rapper and being an artist and being a brand
Right.
that a lot of artists don't really know about. They're not schooled about. They're not taught about that by their elders and stuff. They find out about that later. And a lot of guys get sued
Mm-hmm.
from all different things, from using samples to, you know, just images and certain so on and forth.
Right.
Scagnetti, what up, Holmes? Ya tu sabe.
So many say your last album, The All, was exactly what hip hop had been waiting for. What was the strategy behind combining production from Ninth Wonder and the Soul Council and features from artists like Music Soul Child and Rhapsody?
Um, Smith and Wesson had to go back to the origin, you know. Tech and Steele, that's Smith and Wesson.
Mm-hmm.
Don't matter who's Smith, who's Wesson. It's like these guys got to go back to having nothing. They got to go back to not being able to go to the store. They don't got no money for that. You can only afford one hot chocolate, and you got to share that. You know what I mean? We had to go back to the origin, but we was blessed to have the Soul Council. Ninth Wonder is a genius.
Mm-hmm.
He is truly a Jedi. So when you go to his home, when you go to his lair, and he got these producers. They like in each room. Crisis is over here. G Jones is over here. Like, and you got like, Rhapsody just coming. She either coming from somewhere, or she about to go somewhere. It's like,
Mhm.
it's such a family environment that it
Right.
it reminds you of how you started, because most of us started like just regular. We didn't start like, yo, we got mad money, son, we in the studio. We started just on some real, like, yo, just me and my family, like certain family, just certain people that's like, this my nephew, he really gonna do it, like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's like we in there with family members, like little nephews playing with toys, and certain toys that Knife had. Like, Knife is a real Star Wars buff.
Oh,
So
okay.
he had certain toys that the kids was playing with, that he was like, yo, chill. Like, yo, yeah,
Don't break that.
you gotta put that, don't rip the tag off. You gotta put that back. So it's like, yo, we was in there just like, just vibing on some family vibes. So it took us back to like being in uh you know where we recorded The Shining,
Nice.
D&D Studios, where it's like family.
D&D.
And this is all we know. This is all we know. And the family is like what makes you say your realest stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that was the formula, really. It was just like, Knife was like, yo, I need that. I need you guys to be on your zone.
Nice.
And, here's the tracks. We're gonna rhyme. Some of them gonna make it, some of them not. And we just went in and just, got it done. God bless you.
Are you currently working on any new music?
Yes, absolutely. I'm currently working on a project called America's Nightmare, Part 3, City Under Siege. My PNC Smokey La is working on um, a solo project. Salute to my Decepticon family in the building.
Nice.
We got a couple other things in the works. We talking about a few things. I don't know if I should just blurt it out right now, but
Whatever you want. This is your platform.
we got a few things in the works, though. We always working. You know what I mean? We got a lot of things that we, you know.
So I just got to keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, yeah.
How has the pandemic affected your creative process? Are you more of an introvert and you're cool staying inside and just working, or?
I mean, me personally, I always been somewhat of an introvert.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I prefer, like, I'm like Uncle Fester in the basement. I'm always like big head scientist. I'm always like trying to like figure out some things and put things together and be creative and see what
Mm-hmm.
happens and then present it. But like, I don't be tripping off that stuff.
Right.
Plus, I already read Behold a Pale Horse, and I
I remember
already,
that book.
yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? It's like we act like we surprised about certain things. Like, we've been storing water under the sink and all that.
Mm-hmm. Someone asked, "What's your favorite machine to record with?"
Record what, vocals?
So,
Record raps and stuff.
favorite recording machine.
Favorite recording machine to oh man, I don't really have a favorite. I just I'm like MacGyver. I'm like, I use whatever's at my
Whatever you
at
got.
my disposal. Yeah.
Nice.
I've done it all. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I've done it all.
What have you done to stay focused during this time?
Um During this time, to stay focused, I work out a lot. Um I I meditate, not just not necessarily sitting in like a form or any fashion, but just like look at my surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times, like at one point, I used to sit around and I used to hear all the noise and it would drive me nuts. And then I had to go outside and just like kind of like look at it, listen
Mm-hmm.
to it, and absorb it and take it for what it is. Like this dude's working and they putting up a building. All right, that's that. So you start
Mm-hmm.
compartmentalizing all of the it's like information, all the frequencies that you
Mm-hmm.
hearing. So it's like meditating on that part, also staying creative and trying to eat right and stay away from like sucker ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from sucker MCs.
Um, so just on another tip, you posted a photo of a sign that read "It's okay to be black" a couple weeks back. Do
Yeah,
you think do you think the sign was created to support the black community or to show those behind the mass instances of racial injustices in your city across the country?
I don't know. I don't really know what that sign was what it was meant to do, but I thought it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like from one artist to another artist to me, like I walk down the street, I see artistry. You know what I'm saying? I see a homeless man on the street. Like I don't think it's cool to promote homelessness, but I see that, and sometimes it's beauty in it and it's ugly at the same time. You know, when I see that, I thought that was pretty dope. You know, that somebody took the time to even think that that was something that they needed to express.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yo, I'm with that. I think it is okay to be black because some people be fighting they blackness. You know, some people be fighting they ancestry, they be fighting their lineage, and that's a fact. You know, we have these conversations like sometimes I don't know, like a lot of piece of the gods and earths out there. We say the worst devil is a black devil. You know, and then you have a conversation with some people, they be like they don't believe that a black person could be racist. You know, and then you go back to Rwanda and you go Rwanda where you had the Tutsis, the Hutu killing the Tutsis. You know what I'm saying? It's black on black crime at its finest. You know what I mean? So it's like, you can have whatever, uh, you know, vantage point, but it's like the facts is right there in front of us. Like when we deal with race class, it's all about knowledge itself and just like kind of having some type of foundation where you can uh, study and be willing to listen to some things, man. If you don't know, man, just like shit, learn some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Steele, I appreciate you taking the time. Is there anything else that you want to add or promote?
Inshallah,
I was going to ask
alhamdulillah,
you about those.
inshallah, we're gonna promote that.
Where can people pick those up?
Um, Inshallah.com. You got to go to smithandwesson.com or go to Inshallah on Instagram. Salute to my Decepticon family. The album, the album is in the works too. Know that. You know what I mean? Happy belated birthday to Cyclonus. You know what I mean? Big bro. Ajale. Salute to all my Leos out there. Leo season on deck. You know what I mean?
I'm a big fan of
Um,
Leos.
Yeah, my mom is a Leo, so I'm a big fan of Leo too by default. You know what I'm
They're the
saying? So
nicest people I've ever met, yeah.
hey, I ain't got listen. I'm gonna say this though, man. Like let's learn more, let's build more. You know what I mean? I appreciate kicking it with you.
Oh, I appreciate you. I
You know
hope
what I
you
mean?
and your family stay safe.
You had all your questions and stuff so prepared, and that was
Gotta
dope.
be prepared. Because I've been doing this for a long time, but in the live setting, I'd like to make sure that my subjects know what I'm going to ask so I don't catch them off guard.
Somebody said, "What's your favorite fruit or snack food?" What's your favorite fruit or snack food? Oh man, that's crazy. I don't know. I just was eating some popcorn. You know what I mean? Trader Joe's. But
Uh,
I definitely don't like to eat out. I think,
yeah.
it's always like a disappointment. You know what I mean? overseas. I like to try different food and stuff like that. But at the same time, like just going back to what you said as far as catching people off guard, like
Mhm.
that's your job, eh?
I know, but I don't want to like offend them, catching them off
Nah,
guard.
well, you know what? Listen, man, listen. If you got anything you want to say, you're supposed to say it on the platform. I believe that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like journalism is supposed to be like how you say objective, subjective,
Subjective. Hmm.
and it's not really what you say. It's like, yo, this is, I got questions I want to ask. Hey, the people want to know. The people want to know. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
When you live in a land where Kanye West can have a campaign and
Uh-huh.
go and wild out like that, like,
Hmm.
you can't be, we can't be so righteous that we got like, you know what, I just want to make sure everything is, you know, you know what
I
I'm
get what
saying?
you're saying.
This guy gets to go out there and go, yo, oh, I'm having a fit. Yo, word.
I saw him live once and I left in the middle.
It's messed up, but I think that it's sad. I hate to say this, but
Hmm.
I enjoy that. Like I enjoy like if imagine if that was him acting.
Right. You never know.
You never know. So like
Hmm.
so when you got the platform to say something real, let's say something real. Why not? Like it could be like,
True. True.
you know
But
what I'm
then it's
saying?
like, how do you know what's real then? Like,
Well,
are you just saying that to say it?
the people have to decide. I think that now we just dealing with frequencies. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? It's the same as hearing construction outside. You could be like, this is noise, or you could be like, yo, they building. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Once you start breaking it down to its compound, you go, oh, I get it.
Yeah,
You
what
know
you
what I'm
said
saying?
earlier is that's me all the time. I can't sleep when it's quiet, but I always have to individualize all of the sounds to be like, what's that?
Yeah, man. Student of life, man. We have to be swift to changeable, especially when we live in the city.
That's true.
And we have like, we take these trips to these areas. Like when I go to different areas. I just came from Woodstock, like upstate New York,
Nice.
and super quiet.
Hmm.
It's like all I could think of. Like I become like this wild. Like I start racial profiling immediately. I ain't gonna. It's like like it's nothing to do here but make crystal meth. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you do? Like where do you go? You know what I'm
But every
saying?
time my husband's always like, what do they do to make money here?
Right. I mean, well, it's definitely some place where it's like, it's a condensed community,
Right.
and you said Kanye's a pawn.
And a big man chessboard trying to take votes from Biden. Don't fall for his trickery.
Yeah, Kanye, man. I can't speak on Kanye, man. When I see it, it's just kind of like, it's like, damn, man. Like we have, two things come to my mind. It's like we have such a big influence, uh, not only in hip hop, but like music and world politics.
Very much so. Hmm.
And then when we
Like, look
get
at Killer Mike.
right, like salute to Mike Render. You know what I'm saying? I love what he's doing.
Hmm.
Um, but it's like, there is no, it's so difficult to even break through to that thing. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to John Lewis. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like it takes you, I mean, you gotta break so many different layers to the systemic thing that we gotta deal with in the wilderness.
Right.
But we getting too deep right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We could go anywhere. Skag, you know what I'm talking about. Oh man.
I'm just
Yeah, the
sad because
Black
I was
Willy
such a big fan
Wonka.
of
Yo, man,
Oh yeah.
I tell you one thing, man. Yay, I give him I give him respect, man. He's a young boy, man. He made a lot of things happen.
He's got talent. I can't deny that.
Yeah, he got a lot of talent. He got a lot of issues, and most people do.
Right.
So
We just
man,
don't see it because we're not in the spotlight like he is.
right. Booyaka. Woo! See what I'm saying? Any more questions?
No, thank you.
Really? You done here? We was having so much fun.
I know.
I appreciate the time.
Oh, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yo, salute to
And
everybody in the
make sure you
room.
keep us posted with everything going on.
I will do.
What you
I
got
will do.
coming out.
Thank you.
And
Peace.
I'll keep promoting you.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you so much, Steele. Have a good one.
You too. Bucktown!